Hello, hello! Welcome to episode 0 of... So a lot of you guys, especially on Instagram, asked us if we could do a more in-depth look in our rally activities. In case you don't know our car, but I think it's pretty famous by now. We put thousands upon thousands of followers on our car. We handwritten all of them. And now we have basically the most unique look ever. And it's really great. So yeah, we wanted to do a few episodes where we take you through our rally year this upcoming season in 2025. As you can already see, this is not the rally car, but it usually is here. In case you've never seen this, but this is a 2-car garage. Pretty normal garage, nothing special car mechanic stuff here. It's literally, yeah, you can see what we are working with. But we engine swapped, we changed our gearbox, we built a whole rally car in here, so it works. It's a lot of the times annoying, but it works, and as far as it works, it's great. Yeah. So we'll talk about this car in a bit, but this is a side project. Yeah. So you guys wanted to hear a little bit more on how we started. So this episode 0 is the prologue. It's like how we even bought the rally car, what we did with it, and how we got here, how we got the idea in the first place, and how you maybe become a rally driver too. So this all started when I was studying motorsport engineering in Bavaria. As you are in university, some lectures are really boring. So that was the case also. So during a few of these lectures, I started to kill time by, I think we all did this, by looking at cars and how much they cost and stuff. And then I thought to myself, well, why not look at race cars and rally cars also? I looked into this and I noticed that rally cars, there are some rally cars that are actually pretty cheap. And I thought, cool stuff, let's go. Maybe we can become a rally driver and I can finally live what I have been dreaming of. I've seen a few cars, they were about 4,000 euro. And I thought to myself, well, great. I can basically go rallying for 4,000 euros. So I must save up. It will take like half a year or a year. I'll save up all my money and I will buy a rally car. So I thought, all right, with like 4,000 to 5,000 euro, it will be enough. So this was in 2020. And by summer in 2021, I had enough money saved up to actually look again at rally cars, and I actually found a few. I contacted a few people, I talked to a few people, and one car stood out. You might already guess which one it is. Ooh. The only problem was it was located in Croatia, which is like a 15-16 hour drive from here where I live. So I talked to the guy, but it was great. He sent me lots of pictures and I thought to myself, my father, by the way, never rallied or did motorsports in any way in his life, and I knew no one, so I really was it was like jumping into cold water. Yeah. And I thought to myself, well, the car looks great. I'm invest like 4 weeks into this and then it will be finished. Well, little did I know that this would not be the case, but we've all been naive. And so was I with this car. And yeah, I bought the car for 4,000 euro. I actually got basically 2 cars, but the second car was only like an organ donor for the main rally car. And yeah, I dismantled this actually like 3 or 4 days ago. We actually cut it into 4 big pieces and then threw it out because no one would take it. And yeah, the car was then here. So I looked at the car and stuff, and I noticed actually many things, because yeah, if you want to go rallying, you drive really fast on dirt roads, and I noticed many things where I would say I wouldn't be comfortable or confident driving this car as it is now, this fast. So yeah, I then began swapping a lot of parts. And in case you're wondering how many parts, the only thing I didn't really touch is the engine, the gearbox, the roll cage and the rims, but everything else is completely new. And even though I said I didn't touch the engine or transmission, I changed all the sealants there. I looked at everything, and everything looked pretty alright, so it was okay. Yeah, and this took a long time. I also painted the car on the inside, and I changed every component of this car. Then I went to test driving. I did simulations for my suspension to have like a perfect setup, which is a bold thing to say, but yeah, I think I did a pretty good job actually. And yeah, after like 1.5 years, because I was in university at the same time, after like 1.5, 2 years, the car was finally finished. The last thing that needed to be done was finding a sponsor, which is actually not simple at all, but we can cover this in a different episode. Luckily, I have a really good friend of mine who's really a motorsport guy, and he said, yeah, of course, let's do this. And he was actually really hyped to get on the car, so we rewrapped the whole car, and the car looked then pretty neat, I have to say. So then we did a little more test runs to get like a better feeling for the car, and to just confirm with different sensors and data points if the braking is good, if the car reacts good on bumpy surfaces when you drive turns, and so on and so on. It was a lot of work, but finally I said, yeah, great stuff, we'll do this. So, as I already told you earlier, because this is really being a self-made rally driver, so as I told you, I don't really have contacts or my father has history or anything like that with motorsports. And all my friends actually are not that involved in motorsports, so it really was a difficult journey, especially figuring out what you have to do or what documents you have to bring. And everything was just a struggle, especially getting information, what steps need to be done so the car gets approved by the FIA, what steps need to be done that the car has approval from TÜV, and all that kind of things. And it was really difficult. That's why we'll also make like a shorter episode with just like basically a step-by-step guide on how you can go rallying yourself. And yeah, it's basically only a money issue. It's also for me a money issue. I haven't been on vacation since I have the rally car. Going out drinking with the boys, it's like not a top priority anymore. So there you can save money too. So it's really, yeah, you really have to want it. But if you want it and if you are passionate, it's definitely possible. So yeah, the step-by-step guide, the shorter episode will come soon. So yeah, then the car was finished and we did our first few rallies and they went all great. It was literally living my dream, and it was awesome. It was a bliss. I can't even explain how good this all felt then, because it's basically you invested a lot of time, a lot of money, and you don't really know how everything will go, and it went great. And yeah, it was amazing. It was really amazing. So then after like the first year of rallying, I thought to myself, there have to be so many people who dream of exactly what I'm doing now. How can I get them involved without spending any money, without spending a lot of time? And that's why the idea came to write you guys as followers on the rally car. So you can be a part of this without having to commit big time. Yeah, so this went great. It was really fun writing all you guys down on the car. And I'm really happy that I could make so many guys happy. And yeah, and it really was awesome, I have to say. And we are still looking at ways on how we can get you even more involved and also get the new guys involved that are also here and find the account later. We are working on a few things. We also tried stuff out, like with the posters, but yeah, if you think about it, it's not that cool to be on a poster. So we're working on a few things. We have a few cool ideas, but we'll see where this goes actually. But stay tuned for that. So yeah, we drove another year rallies, and actually we're really learning stuff. We made a few mistakes here and there. We got to know many other guys who do motorsports, and they all think that the rally car is looking absolutely great, that it's ridiculous but in a good way. And yeah, we talked to a lot of them. We made a lot of friends along the way. So yeah, at one of the last rallies last year, we actually took a spin on the last turn at like 120 or 130 kph. And even though the spin looked undramatic, and so we thought it was, it really wasn't. The car was wobbling a lot. When you turned the steering wheel began to shake really bad. So we looked into it, and the steering connection arm was broken here and was bent in half in the middle. It was not bent in half, oh my god, but it was bent in the middle. And we were leaking a lot of transmission fluid. So we retired from the rally. And yeah, we took the car back here in this garage. We looked into it, and we noticed that the transmission was beat up because we spun on the second spin. The right front hit like the edge of the asphalt, and then the drive shaft, so this here, not on this car again, the drive shaft was like pushed into the transmission and damaged the transmission internally. So that was great news. So yeah, before I talk about what we changed now and how much HP we got out of it, it's also really important to say that our car has been leaking oil into the coolant system. So at this car, yeah, there would be oil in this here. Great, wow. We drove 2 years rallies with engine oil dripping into the coolant system, and yeah, it's not really what you want, but it happened anyways. And then I thought, I talked to a few guys who drive like this exact engine for 10 or 15 years at rallies, and they said that this special, it's not a special, but this cylinder head that I have always cracks on the same spot, and then you have engine oil leaking into the coolant fluid, so you have to replace the whole cylinder head. Yeah, I thought when we change the transmission, I also buy a new cylinder head. So we ripped the transmission out, bought a new one, fused the two together to one. So we took the best parts of both, removed the engine completely, we removed the old cylinder head, bought a new one. And then I thought, if we invest this much time and also money into fixing this, maybe we can get a few HP out of it too. So We sent a new cylinder head to an engine builder that specifically builds engines for rally cars. And he did his things with his CNC machines. We put new camshafts in and a lot of other things. And now we have between 40 and 60 HP more. So it's between 190 and 210 HP now, or horse. Yeah. So that's great, that's cool. So yeah, that's basically where we are now. The rally car right now is asleep during the winter, and we'll take it out before our pre-season test at the Nürburgring, where we'll drive a few rounds of the Nordschleife with the car, same as last year. Yeah, and we might have a few other projects too. I'm especially thinking of one guy. You guys might know him. And yeah, we are on our way to make his dream come true of the 60-inch spoiler. So stay tuned for that, because we also want you as a community to be a part of the wing project, of the spoiler project. So stay tuned for that also. And we'll see each other in the next Grow Balls episode. So bye bye.